In this morning's Health Watch, ask it early. We have more answers to your health questions this morning, everything from diets to back pain.
Medical correspondent Dr. Jennifer Ashton with us here this morning to answer all your questions. Good to see you, Doc.
Good morning,
How you
you guys.
All right, let's start with this question from Amanda, who is wondering about exercise.
Is it true that doing over an hour of cardio inhibits your weight loss?
Not really.
Good.
But this is a very common question because a lot of people exercise for their overall well-being, but a lot exercise to lose weight. So in general, there are a couple of key factors. Number one, when you are exercising with the specific goal of weight loss, heart rate zone training can be really, really useful. You can go online. It can give you very easy tools to calculate what your maximum heart rate is. Then you need to wear something called a heart rate monitor. And this is mine, but you can get all different kinds, all different price ranges. This goes around your chest. This you wear on your wrist, and it tells you what your heart rate is during certain times of exercise. Now, when you want to lose weight, it can be a little counterintuitive. You actually need, in general, to work out at a lower heart rate for a longer period of time. That's called the fat burning mode, because at that heart rate zone, about 85% of your energy for that workout is coming from burned fat. The other thing, though, is that we know that muscle mass burns a lot of fat. So, you know, like we all try to do, lift weights, you will be burning more calories at rest, but then don't forget about the vigorous exercise, because people who exercise at very high heart rates do tend to burn more calories in that time period and thereafter.
Okay. Next question comes to us via Facebook. Idalia writes in, I've been having lower back pain for about a week. Is it something I might need to get checked out, or will it just go away?
How many of us have suffered with back pain, right? It is so common. Actually, about 8 out of 10 American adults will suffer from back pain at some point in their lives. It's very, very common. The good news is 60% of back pain goes away in a week. 95% of back pain goes away in 12 weeks, and it can be caused from anything from musculoskeletal aches and pains, herniated discs, arthritis, even some internal organs can refer pain to the back. So there are some things you don't want to ignore. You don't want to just wait it out. If you are feeling that you cannot manage the pain after a certain period of time, that can be an indication that you really need to see a doctor. If you have any numbness or weakness in your legs or lower extremities, any fever or any bowel or bladder problems, that can be a sign of a worsening back problem. You want to get that checked out.
Okay. Last question here. This was actually asked by a number of people, but we're going to go with Joshua here. Take a listen.
Is there any validity to the blood type diet?
Ooh, this is getting so much controversy. It's a really hot diet out there. What it says basically is that people should eat based on their blood type. So for example, people with type A blood should really stick to a vegetarian diet. If you have type B blood, you should avoid chicken or poultry. Type O, eating a high protein, low carbohydrate diet. And type AB blood, you should avoid smoked meats. Now, both sides to this debate, and this is where it gets a little tricky. In general, the proponents of this diet will say, well, it's effective. And yes, it can be effective like so many diets, because basically this is promoting healthy eating. Nothing out here is so outlandish that it really is on the fringe. It's really smart, healthful, sensible eating. There is an association, believe it or not, between certain blood types and certain diseases. Peptic ulcers, stomach ulcers, for example, more associated with certain blood types. So that's on the support side of it. The opponents of this say there is limited to no scientific data to support this. Your blood cells do not directly interact with your food in your GI tract. So again, a lot more research needs to be done. Most people will say only worry about your blood type if you're getting a transfusion, not what you're eating. Basic things apply. You want to eat well, you want to watch your proportions and your portion size, and you want to exercise.
Get that heart rate monitor, though, because they are great.
These are fantastic, right?
Especially for people who are overweight, who don't want to. Everybody thinks you have to run to lose weight, and if you're heavy, it can hurt your knees, shin splints, things like that.
And really,
you don't have to run.
And Erica and I talked about this when she was doing the Erica Hill experiment. It can really give you different bang for the buck at different workouts. So very, very helpful.
It's a great motivator too, because it gives you a real number to shoot for. So you may feel like you're working out really hard, or not as much on one day, and then you realize, you know what, I'm actually getting the most bang for my buck with my body. So it's a great way to get more
Absolutely.
in tune.
Exercise is good, just doesn't have to hurt all the time.
Absolutely.
Dr. Jen, thanks so much. Good to see you.